Well, I believe this matter needs to be referred to the United Nations Security Council. There must be an emergency session held because the United States and its lackey in Venezuela, Juan Guaido, have again attempted to instigate a coup against a democratically elected president, a legitimate president, and a sovereign government. Now, that is a most serious violation of the United Nations Charter and of international law. And the Americans are doing it in public. What a peculiar, inverted world we live in, where the President of the United States, where his Secretary of State, where his Defense Secretary, where his National Security Advisor are openly calling for the overthrow of a legitimate president, even though that is utterly illegal under international law. If we turn to the latest attempt specifically to initiate a coup, I would say, as things currently stand, that it has once again failed. We saw the lackey Guaido yesterday in a video claiming that he had the support of the commanders of the Venezuelan military. But of course, he only had a handful of soldiers. I would say that was a desperate attempt by Guaido, but a desperate attempt to try and demoralize the supporters of President Maduro and the supporters of his government. Now, we don't know exactly how this is going to turn out, but it is certainly the case that the majority of the Venezuelan people firmly support their president, firmly support their government, and are utterly opposed to foreign intervention in their country. The people of Venezuela do not want their country to become a vassal state of America, a client state of America. And in regard to Mr. Guaido, this man is guilty of treason. He is a traitor, and I'm not going to mince my words. He is a traitor. So on the one hand, I believe that he should face a very firm punishment. He should be sent to prison. But on the other hand, the Venezuelan government has to be exceedingly careful, because by sending the traitor to prison, that could present the Americans with a pretext to take military action against Venezuela.
Okay.
And in regard to Trump, I should say this: he is guilty of crimes against humanity, because his sanctions, specifically stopping Venezuela from importing medicines, have resulted in the deaths of potentially thousands upon thousands of Venezuelan civilians. So Mr. Trump should be referred to the International Criminal Court and charged with crimes against humanity.
All right, thanks a lot. Editor of Politics First, Marcus Papadopoulos, joining us from London, and also thanks to international lawyer and activist from Bali, Mr. Barry Grossman. With that brings us to an end here on this edition of Press TV's News Review. Stay tuned, there's plenty more to come here on Press TV.